And I hope you had a happy new year and a Merry Christmas. Everybody's safe and sound. Next week we begin our great year. In the meantime, I have a lesson that I want to share, and we're going to talk about that today, and you will bring your work into class when you come. So you'll need to take out your notebook paper and let's get started. Okay. 911. 911. Think about at least five reasons you would need to call 911. Let's think about that for a second. What would be a reason you would call 911? That's the emergency line. All right? Now, after we think about that for a second, I have some photos here. So you have number 1, 2, and 3. 1 here, this one's 2. This is scanned image, is not perfect. And 3. Okay, what is going on here? What is happening? Who are they? What are they doing? What's going on? Let's talk about that for a second. Okay, now look here. What has happened here? What is going on? Tell me about this. What is she doing? Okay, what is he doing? Okay, let's continue. 4, 5, and 6. Okay, now, this is photo number 4. So, tell me, what is this? Where is it going? Okay, this one's number 5. You just can't see it very well. Okay, what is going on here? Who are they? Right, number 6. Here, where is he? What's happening? Who are they? What are they doing? Okay, talk about that. Talk to someone about that in your family or your friends. Make sure you're speaking in English though, not in your native tongue. Okay, or talk to yourself. Think out loud to yourself. Just explain what's going on in these photos. Here is 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so 7's here. That's number 7. That's number 8 somewhere in here. And then that's number 9. So, okay, so who is this person here? What is happening here? What is this? Who is this? Where are they? What's going on here? Let's talk about that. Okay, now who is this person? Where are they? Okay, what's happening here? And then lastly, number 9. Oh, what happened? Oh, what's going on there? Think about that for a second, okay? So you'll need to refer back to these 9 photos throughout this lesson, okay? Next. Okay, so we talked about that. Before the lesson, name at least 5 reasons someone would need to call 911. Number 2, what is happening in photos 1 to 9? Okay, share with someone in your family, your children, a friend. Just make sure you're sharing in English. If you don't have anyone to share with, then just talk with yourself. Talk to yourself out loud, right? With those 9 photos, next, in your notebook, you're going to have to use your notebook here. And remember, class, this is a recording, so you can stop this. You can pause, stop, same thing. You can replay. You can do whatever you need to do because this is a recording. This is a video. So next I want you to put in sequence. That means to put these in order, in chronological order as they happen from the 9 photos that we just talked about. Okay, so it says match each picture to a sentence below the picture next to the sentence. So you're going to number these according to the photo. These sentences are explaining and describing the photos. Okay, so which one relates to the sentence? All right, so we'll do those. After that, still in your notebook, okay, on the same page, you can do all of this work on the same page. I do not mind using front and back, okay? Right, so from the same sentences, I want you to, using the same sentences from the previous page, I want you to diagram each sentence. We've done this in class, so you know that you're going to label the word that is a subject, verb, object, and prepositional phrase. Not all of the sentence will probably have an object or a prepositional phrase. I'm not quite sure. They may or may not. So let's go back. All right. So here are your sentences. So to diagram your sentences, you're going to label them. So let's take the first sentence as an example, okay? The ambulance took him to the emergency room. All right, so I always say start with what you do know, all right? If you only know the verb, let's start with the verb. We know took, we know that's a verb. So you're going to label that as a V, okay? That's a verb. So that's an action. So something has to be doing that. So what took? Okay, the ambulance took. So the ambulance has to be the subject of this sentence. Okay, so the ambulance took. The ambulance took what? The ambulance took who? Okay, him. The ambulance took him. So the him will be your object of this sentence because that's what's receiving the information. Okay, the subject is always doing the verb, and then the object is always receiving the action. Okay, so the ambulance is the subject, took is the verb, past, present, or future is past tense. Him, the object. In this sentence, there's also a prepositional phrase because you have to in this sentence as your preposition. Whoops, that's not very clear, but you understand what I mean. To is your preposition. So this entire thing here is your prepositional phrase. Okay, and if you want, you could just put a P there for prepositional phrase. Okay, so that's how I want you to diagram each one of these sentences. All right, let's clear that. Okay, now last thing. With those same sentences, I want you to write one complete paragraph using the correct form. I put in capital letters. Do not create your own sentences. This is not you coming up with your own idea. This is you taking the sentences that are here, and you would have already numbered them according to the photos, so they will you'll already know which sentences first and which sentences next. So with that, you should be able to write a paragraph with these sentences. When we write paragraphs, how do we do it? We make sure we indent. Do not write on the very top line in your note paper. Okay, right on that second line, make sure you indent it. And pay attention to your right margin and your left margins, okay? Do not write past that right margin. And the only thing that should not be up against the left margin is the very first word, very first sentence, because you have to indent that, okay? All right, so that is your lesson for today. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of your weekend. I will see you this week coming up, and you will turn in your work for me as soon as you sign in and come into class. Your name will be at the top of your page. Okay, so I will see you next week. Bye for now.